Hey, good day everyone. Baller here. We are now in this first game for today, December 21st, 2023 NBA Game Day. I apologize, if this is, if this is a bit late. It's been a long day. Of course, at work, in the office, and then I gotta get back to the hospital, and so I'm just uploading the very first video for this game day. So I hope that, somehow it would still reach those who would want to watch these videos. So anyway, the first game that we will be talking about will be an interconference battle between Utah Jazz and Detroit Pistons. That'll happen at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. That's going to be 8 o'clock a.m. here in Manila. And I'm just inviting everyone who have not subscribed yet to our YouTube account or YouTube channel, Baller. Please click on the subscribe button below. At the same time, hit on that bell logo. That way, automatically, you guys will be receiving notifications whenever new videos are uploaded. Approaching this game, Utah Jazz, they got a record of 10 wins and 18 losses. While Detroit Pistons, they have this, record of 2 wins and 25 losses. This is the first time that I've seen a record this bad for quite some time now. As we all know, we actually provide free picks right here in our YouTube channel, Baller. But for those who would want to avail our premium picks or premium packages, you can actually reach us through Instagram, Telegram, WhatsApp, or even Messenger. You can then just actually check on the descriptions of these videos and you can see the details right there. The spread that is given is minus 1.5, and that's given towards Utah Jazz. Alright, so Detroit Pistons, they would have the home court advantage on this. Not only that, they would also have the advantage in terms of fatigue because just last night, Utah Jazz actually went up against Cleveland Cavaliers wherein they lost by 116-124. So again, Detroit Pistons, they have the home court advantage. They have the advantage in terms of fatigue as well. In terms of momentum, we got to give it to Utah Jazz even though they're coming off a win because at least for the past 10 games, Utah Jazz, they have won 4. So that's pretty decent, especially considering the fact that they have been missing some of their stars as well. Again, unlike Detroit Pistons, if there's a team which is lacking some momentum right now, that should be Detroit. Approaching this game, they are on a 24 game losing slump. That's just quite a record, So there. So let's go ahead and take a look at the availability of the players and the health of both teams, all right? Starting with Detroit Pistons, I see a couple of players confirmed out right here, and those are Jalen Duren and Monte Morris, while we have Killian Hayes and Isaiah Stewart, both listed as probable for Detroit Pistons. So again, 2 players confirmed out, and another 2 listed as probable for Detroit Pistons. Well, for Utah Jazz, I can see 3 players listed. All are confirmed out for this game. And those are Yurtseven, Keontae George, and Jordan Clarkson. Right, so in terms of availability and health, I got to give it somehow to Detroit Pistons still. Because, again, there are just a couple of players confirmed out for them. They have another 2, but both players are listed as probable. So the likelihood of them joining the team and playing with him is a bit high. Unlike for Utah, there are already 3 players confirmed out. So I got to give a slight advantage towards Detroit Pistons as well. Right, and again, I don't know if I've said it earlier. The spread given is minus 1.5, pointing towards Utah Jazz. For the past couple of weeks or so, maybe even more than that, it's been a 24 game losing slump for Detroit. People just keep on choosing whoever the opponent of Detroit Pistons is. That's quite understandable. There was even quite some stretch where Detroit Pistons have been losing it by double digits. Game after game after game. But then on that last game that they had against Atlanta Hawks, when Cunningham was actually going up against a hot Trae Young, Cunningham actually showed what he could do. He actually had like around 43, 44 points, if I'm not mistaken. I know that they still lost that game, but for me, that should actually boost the morale of Cunningham, and he just needs a little bit help, and I think they would be able to at least break this long slump that they're having right now. And for me, Detroit Pistons, they are in a perfect opportunity right now. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Utah Jazz is a pushover and all that. Utah Jazz right now, they are the better team. You can take a look at their starting five. They are the better team. But regarding this game, Detroit Pistons is in the perfect situation wherein they can finally break down that stupid 24 game losing slump. Why? Because they are at home, and Utah Jazz, they are a very poor road road team. All of their, not all, but most of those wins that Utah Jazz had actually came from home. And again, this is a game wherein it will be held in front of Detroit's fans. Number two, Utah Jazz, they will go on back-to-back games. And Detroit Pistons, they will be coming off rest. Not only that, Utah Jazz, not only are they going in back-to-back games and back-to-back nights, they are going on their third game on 4 nights. So really, fatigue should be creeping in, and those legs of Utah Jazz must be tired in comparison to what Detroit's Pistons status is. And again, going back to the availability and health, it seems like Utah Jazz would have more players out. That's why I'm actually looking at Detroit Pistons right here. Again, it's still Utah Jazz better. You can take a look at the numbers. Both teams are actually struggling big time in terms of offense, but I think I'm gonna roll my dice with Detroit Pistons right here. Again, this should be the perfect opportunity for them to finally notch a W. Again, Utah Jazz, they are a very poor road team. Detroit Pistons, they are well rested. They got a healthier team now. Stewart highly likely will be back, and Stewart is the anchor of their defense. Stewart is not the tallest, but he is again the anchor of their defense because of his power and because of his size. So I'm gonna pick Detroit Pistons in here. I'm gonna roll my dice with Detroit Pistons, and I'll even take money line. Again, my pick would be Detroit Pistons money line. Peace out, Pasay Love, and God bless.